picking the wrong gear for the day can really be harmful for your health, and this is how I really got it wrong.
It's gusting to about 50, but it's just good to get in when there's actually some wind and waves, so I'm going to quickly get changed. I'm excited to get in. I'm going to get in and I'll see you guys in there in a bit. Just going on a 3.5 metre wing. I'm going to go on the Veloce, which is probably too big, and I'm probably going to be overfoiled, so but we'll see. I'll see you in there.
Let's get in. Good.
It's been so long since we've had any wind and waves in the northeast that have been worth going out. It's always been flat and offshore, or it's been hardly any wind or waves at all. So we've had a couple of kiteboarding sessions, but this was the first real session to get in for quite some time. And the wind and waves were looking pretty good, and Andy and Paul were out there on 3.5 metre wings and nice smallish fast foils. So I thought I'd go out with the same, with a small fast foil. I went out on the Veloce, which was great for these waist to shoulder high waves. But unfortunately I chose the 3.5 metre wing, which really wasn't big enough for me and my size. And if I'd had a 4.5, I would have been perfectly balanced and I would have had a great session. But I persevered and didn't come in and change out to a bigger wing, which was to my detriment really. So I had a bit of a hard session and came off the water a bit disappointed. So after that awful day on the water, it's time to catch up with Davey here and the Loco lads as well and have a look at their new wings. It's a really nice wing. I think the colours are really pop, and it's got hard handles and it's got a really tight canopy there and seems to flag out really, really well. So it'll be interesting to see how these react on the water. So I'll be desperate for a go very soon. But after that really hard day that I had yesterday on the water, I thought I'd go out on the Curve Double XL today and just practice some manoeuvres and get my eye back in after being off the water with hardly any wind in the UK on my days off. So right, I'm going to get ready now, head out with these guys, and I'll see you on the water, and I hope you enjoy this little bit, and I'll see you at the end for my final. Personally, I've been making far too many mistakes recently, and it's really awful having to go in the middle of a session to swap out gear. So I've started writing things down. I've been doing it for mass position for quite some time now, but now I'm keeping a record of what size front wings I'm using in what conditions, when it's good, and what size wing to use with that, because there's so many variables and it changes so much from day to day that it's good to keep a form of track of what you're doing to make life easy for yourself. finally in the UK, it was great to have some wind and waves back to back for 3 days, and in those 3 days I learned an absolute ton about my foils and the wind conditions for each of my wings as well. It was great on this final day to get out on the 10.1 aspect ratio of foil with a little bit more glide for the bump that was coming through on the day, and of course the winds were hovering around 25 to 45, somewhere around there, so it was good to get out on a sort of medium sized wing and not be too underpowered like I was on the first day. It was great to see a lot of the lads blasting around as well on this session, so I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you guys at the end. I always say every day is a school day, and I certainly learned a lot over these last 3 days. I made some good notes for future reference, and I also learned riding back to back in these different conditions how my foils react to different wave sizes and wind conditions. So make notes, guys, that's my tip of the day. Also thanks to the guys from Surf Deck for bringing down the manta foils, and Joe from Loco who brought down the wings, and thanks as always to Mark who always does the drone footage for us. So thanks for that, Mark. Now take care everyone, and good winds.